So here we go, as promised, talking a little bit more about what is UX and what is UI. So UX puts the focus of the entire web product on the actual whoops. UI makes sure that the user, let me just bring that down. The UI makes sure that the user has complete control over the interface. UX designers aim and shoot to make sure the web product is successful before it's built. I'm all like tongues here today, out of practice from a couple weeks. UI designers make sure that the interactive elements help the user find that success. So we're talking like hovering buttons, we're talking the color of buttons, etc. UX designers use data from research, usability testing, personas, analytics, surveys, journey maps, design thinking workshops, tons and tons of information to create a better experience for the user. We will not be going into all of these things. This semester, you dive more into these when you're in that specific stream, but we will be tapping into usability testing. We will be tapping into personas, and I think we've got some surveys, perhaps not actually. So we're just dipping our toe into that portion of things, and then bringing some more focus on UI. So the UI designers use interaction design, graphic design, composition, visual hierarchy, et cetera, to design beautiful functional interfaces for the user. So anything you think of when you are designing for print, for any of that, you're going to still apply those same principles to your website. It's all the same. We need to make sure there's contrast. We need to make sure a headline is a headline and body copy is sized to be body copy. UX designers use tools like Miro, InVision, sticky notes, pen and paper, wireframing apps, SurveyMonkey, etc., to build or to gather all of this information. UI designers use various tools like Sketch, Adobe XD, etc. There's tons out there. Like I said, we're going to be bringing our focus on XD. You can technically do this in Illustrator, but we want to learn a platform. We're going to learn XD. It's what I use in my business, and it comes with Suite, so it's nice and easy, Adobe Suite. So on the left side, a UX designer makes sure the user will be successful performing the tasks they need to go to. They need to go in order to achieve a goal. Then on the other side, the UI designer designs the screens of what the final product will look like and function like before it gets sent to the developer. So essentially there's those 3 stages. There's many more stages, but we've got, we've got the success of the site, making sure that's functioning well. We have all the information we need. Then we're gonna go ahead and make it look pretty, which is what most people enjoy more. And then we pass on those pretty files, and then a coder, a developer will go and make it all function. UX and UI share some disciplines. So for example, wireframe of prototypes, in some situation, designer may be asked to be in charge of both of the UX and the UI portion of things. You could go work for a company and they will have a whole UX team and they will have a whole UI team, especially companies that are directly, that's all they do there. So what exactly does UX look? This is literally what a lot of UX looks. It's a lot of organizing. It's a lot of teamwork building, a lot of planning. So sorry, jumping back to this, when we have our sticky notes, if you can imagine, let's just take a very simple site. I'm going to be building a portfolio site and I want to sell my stuff. So on my website, I think I want to have an about. I want to have portfolio. I'm going to have my shop page, and then we could think of other ones, and we're going to write about on a sticky note. We're going to write portfolio on a sticky note, and we're going to lay them all out, and we can add a few more, and we're going to work as a team to see what else would be valuable. And then you can move those around, essentially setting priority to some, building down, those are our sub pages, etc. So that's where those sticky notes come in handy, or what those are actually mean, in case you're wondering. And then UI, this is XD here, a screenshot of XD. This is looking at the UI interface of a website on mobile, and that's exactly what UI is. And then the beautiful thing is you can work remotely, obviously, with UX and UI. As we've learned, we can work remotely doing any job these days.